guys, and you're welcome to the journey of a Naija boy. My name is Pascal Uke, as you know, or you can call me Pascali, that you already know. For those of you that are new here, you're very welcome, and I'd like you to click on the subscribe button first before we even start anything. Click on the subscribe button, as I have a wonderful guest to come and discuss studying in Canada, online and also in class too. So today we have a lot of things that we're going to talk about. You know, as 2020 came unexpected for us, but this time around we're going to talk about how to transition from studying in class to studying online. So let's get started. Oh, na na na, oh, it's Pascal man again. Okay guys, you're welcome. Like I said to you, I have a very wonderful guest with me, and I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. So can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Riwon Shokunbi, and I did my undergraduate in Nigeria from University of Lagos in mechanical engineering. And after 3 years, I applied to come over to Canada to study for my master's program in technology management and entrepreneurship. So I just basically completed my master's program in Canada. That was in October last year, and basically from Nigeria. So that's all about me for now.
All right, no problem then. So let's start from the beginning, which is when you finish your undergrad in Nigeria. What actually made you decide that it was going to be technology management and entrepreneurship that you were going to come and study in Canada, given the fact that you even studied mechanical engineering from Nigeria?
Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of my journey. So I completed my undergraduate program, and I've been trying to apply to study abroad since my final year, and I wanted to go to the US, and with policy issue, I switched mine to. So I had to streamline from US, Canada, and UK to like Germany and Canada because of some issues. So UK, based on obvious reasons with immigration and status after studies, US, the policy and all that. So I love Germany because of the technology. Although Germany, for Germany, language was the barrier.
Okay.
Actually, although I didn't get admission in the schools I applied to two universities, University of Dortmund and University of Freiburg, but I was denied, kind of. So that's one of the ups and downs, you have to face.
To apply to study abroad too, as well.
Exactly. So for Canada, I applied in 2016 to for a program in University of Waterloo and University of Victoria. So those were the two schools I first applied to. That was mechatronics. So I wanted to go for mechatronics before, not tech management, because I was interested more in AI as at then. So I applied for mechatronics, and I was rejected. So I applied to MTME, that's Masters in Technology Management and Entrepreneurship, because I have a friend who graduated from that program 2 years before me, and actually he told me about the benefits of the program, how you can get money for your startup. So all you need is a very broad idea. It could be idea for any market. It could be for Nigeria. So if you have idea out there in Nigeria and you feel that you want to push this idea and you have passion for entrepreneurship, is a very good program. So you get money for like a seed fund. So it's called like a seed fund. There is a program called TCP. It's a technology commercialization program for startups in this province, that's in New Brunswick. So they are really funded, and so for New Brunswick, that program is on the focal point of the province agenda and all that, because it's for entrepreneurship. So they get a lot of funding because of the province actually. So it's a very good program. I've recommended it for to some of my friends in Nigeria, and a lot of people have been applying. The admission rate is very high, and all you need is a business idea, your normal bachelor's degree and all that. So basically,
all right, that's good. When you applied for MTME, were you giving your admission immediately? Were you giving, how long did it take for you to get for the school to get back to you when you applied?
Okay, so for MTME, you apply as every other graduate student through the graduate studies portal, and so before the admission, they would do a first shortlist. So you'll be called for an interview. So it's more of a video interview to tell to pitch your idea to the panelists and all that. So they will shortlist you for an interview. So after the interview, if they feel that your idea is making sense and your pitch is good, then they will do a second round of shortlist, and so far they recommend you to the graduate studies. So it didn't take me more than, let's say, 2 months of application, and I was so within 2 months for everything. After a month, I was called for the interview.
And after that, you were given admission. So when you were given the admission in Nigeria, how did you go about applying for your study permit? Was there anything in particular that you packed together that was like the determining factor for having your visa application given to you?
So when I was giving my admission, so I knew about the document I was supposed to have, so I've checked that already. So like my work status in Nigeria, your documentation,
Your
proof of funds, exactly. So so I had all those ones. Basically for me, I didn't use IELTS. I didn't have my IELTS had already expired. So I wrote IELTS like 3 years before.
So there was no need for
exactly. And I was sure I didn't really need IELTS to apply. So far I studied in English. So basically, aside from proof of funds, my employment documents, and what else? Receipts of tuition. So I paid part tuition.
You paid tuition before you left.
Exactly. So those are.
Okay, so let's talk about proof of fund, because most people that are watching me always like to ask questions about proof of funds. How much were you required to have in your account for you to be given visa?
Okay, so basically it's the sum of your tuition, your living expenses, traveling expenses, and all that. So, and a rough estimate for me, I did a rough estimate of like about $30,000. So that was what I actually worked towards having in my account, which is about 10 million naira. So, and I paid part of my tuition. I paid 5,000 Canadian dollars before coming. So that was all I showed the immigration for proof of funds.
So when you finally got your admission and you were about to leave Nigeria, what are those things that you pack that was really important for you to pack when you were leaving Nigeria?
Well, leaving Nigeria, actually, there's a whole lot to pack, I wish I had the opportunity to take a whole lot in, I would have, but then you just have to go with the, the minimum thing you could take. So for me, it was more of my important documents first, no matter how small it is. So first, and for food, I had normal African food, melubo, egusi, whichever African food you eat.
I'm telling you, man.
Indomie.
You were ready to pack Indomie, really?
I had to take Indomie. I had like half, because then I was like, I just had to just take enough food. Exactly.
I was so terrified when I was coming. I did not even carry Gary. I was like, okay, so that they will not think that I'm carrying cocaine or something. I did not carry Gary.
Exactly. But for me, I was like, okay, I need to just, So I've been seeing people. I sent stuffs for people to travel, so I was like, so I know how to pack stuffs and how to explain So I did more of food and clothing, because I was like, I'm coming to Canada. I'm still going to buy clothing here. So that's another tactic, because food is expensive, especially African food. So if you have, I wouldn't advise you to take a lot of food, but just try to pack enough and just follow the regulation of the size. And once you get to the airport, you should be able to sort that out.
Okay, good. So when you arrived in Canada, how was it settling down? Was it easy for you settling down? Can I even ask you, what time did you arrive in Canada? Was it winter? Was it summer? And was it easy for you to settle down in Canada?
Okay. I arrived in Canada in fall 2019, and that was on the 6th of September actually. So I left Nigeria on the 4th and I got to Canada on the 6th. So it was more of a 2-day journey, because I came in through Germany.
Frankfurt.
Yeah, exactly. So through Germany, and from Germany to Montreal. Because so coming in through Montreal, it's kind of very easy. Unlike Toronto. Toronto is kind of stressful with the immigration and the border and all that. So I had that information before coming, that I should, coming through Montreal, which is nice. So getting to Canada, I got here around 10 p.m. kind of at night, and my guy came to pick me at the airport.
Okay.
It was strange at first for me. So it was very strange. It was kind of cold.
Really? In September?
Exactly. It was very cold for me. I was like, wow. But although I was expecting it, so it wasn't really too cold. The first 2 days, then later on, you start understanding that,
adjusting,
man, this is cold, and your body will first signals you that like this is cold.
Okay.
Then you start adjusting, kind of. So I had issues with sleeping, and then I used to have this, what's it called? Running. What's it called again? This blood flu, kind of flu and all that. So that happened for like a while, for like kind of strange things was actually happening to my body.
Your body.
So then I went to the clinic on campus. I explained, and all I had flu shots, and I had like some treatment. Then I can't remember I had some treatments from the UMB clinic, and I was fine after like 2 weeks. So I mean, it was a bit fun. Fall is always good because of the trees, the leaves, and all that. So it was captivating when I came. Like, oh, this is Canada.
This is beautiful and everything.
So basically that.
Okay, so let's move forward to academics and everything. Was it difficult for you adjusting to the level of education here? What did you find difficult? If I thought it was difficult, or if you find it easy, what was it that made it so easy for you to adjust to when you resume class?
Okay, for me personally, in Nigeria actually, so I went to public schools in Nigeria, right, like federal public schools. So I go to class when I have something I really want to learn.
Really?
So lateness to class wasn't really a big thing for me, because those are the things that actually affected me. So I'm a very big victim of Nigerian, lateness to class and all that. So coming here, first 3 classes I was late like 5 minutes. No, I was seeing it as 5 minutes. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Like, I've tried my best. Normal Nigerian, you could be late for half an hour and all that, but it was a big deal, especially for my program. Entrepreneurship, they take time management very seriously. So it was a big deal for me. It actually cost me a course. One of the courses I actually didn't perform as expected because of lateness. So I wouldn't. Lateness is something I'll just tell you. Time management, your commitment. They want to see your commitment. It's not just about you coming to school, and aside the exam, they want to see your commitment. That's one thing about in-person class, and based on the kind of program I experienced, so it's more intensive. So they want to see your commitment. You must talk. You must pick your lecturer, participate. Exactly. So there is a mark for that too as well. So those are the things I really enjoyed, and for me, I enjoyed it, although it's different from the Nigerian system, which is good. So
all right. So when the time for Corona came and the world had to adjust and school were adjusting too, how was it? Was it difficult for you to move from in-class education to online education?
It was kind of difficult at first because information was the major thing at first, because I wasn't getting the right information as to what class or the Teams link, because we're supposed to use Teams for most of the online studies. So basically, I would say information, but the first 2 classes I had online, I didn't join the direct link. I was late to the class and all that, and so for me it was quite strange, like, to have class online. You get, and what happened was that we had, so for my main course, that's the main entrepreneurship course, which is about more of the product design. We switched to online very quickly, because my program is a very, very intensive program. So we switched online very quickly before the university, switch, and exactly. So that was, for that, I would say it's actually breaks that engagement, that classroom engagement, because normally for that program you have to like engage with the lecturer. It's design thinking, so you have to like talk about your design. It's more of communication and all that. So for that online, the lecturer wasn't actually, the prof wasn't satisfied that it's online. He wasn't really happy. We could see it in his face, because it's this kind of prof that he drives a lot. So
Yeah.
it wasn't really, that actually brought down the, the kind of the passion
level
for the commitment to the course.
Okay.
Then, so we are supposed to have some, basically we're supposed to have some different, like a lesson session on the side. That one was cancelled. Then basically switching wasn't really bad. You just have to be, keep your desk tidy, ensure you have all your writing materials, ensure you try to join the meeting or the class as early as possible because of connection and all that. So online study, just I would say it's good because based on commitment, you'll be more committed because it's online. It's at your own comfort zone. So I mean, that's a plus, especially for international students. So online study for international students is another thing that could help you because I mean you could be able to switch working and studying more, more effectively, if you understand what I'm saying. So you'll be able to manage your time and all that. So unlike when you have to show in person and you can't really, do
the time
exactly. So it's I would advise you to use that smartly if you get lucky to study online, and that's what I would say.
Okay, so let's now say from a student perspective, you would say you've already said that it is good to even study online than to study in class. When you were studying in class, I would assume that you had a student job that you were doing that time.
Exactly.
But when Corona came, the adjustment, was it difficult to keep those jobs? And did you get new jobs because there was a change in activity or anything when the pandemic started?
So basically, I would say there is a job I do then. It's on campus. So and it depends on students and all that. So in the school gym. So basically that job was cancelled. I wasn't getting enough job as I should for my weekend jobs and all that. So it doesn't really have effect on my job because I mean, like I said, sometimes I join the class through my phone. And I mean, the major thing is to listen and all that. So I joined the class through my phone and I could still be at work at some time. So that's just the truth. I'm going to give you a revelation here. So like, the secret is that I was actually in class and working at the same time. So I mean, you just know how to manage your time, and basically time is of essence here. Time is money. There are bills you have to pay, so you just have to
Okay, so did you get more jobs during the pandemic or you got less job?
Obviously not. Like I said, I lost one of my jobs. I was doing 2 jobs, so I lost one of my job on campus. So it's lesser hours for me, which actually affected me at some point. But I mean, the pandemic came with some benefits as well, for students as well. So I just took that as as a balance for me on my own financial side. So so basically, generally, the pandemic wasn't really too good. So it wasn't really too good, affected jobs. So
okay, no problem. So if there's anything that you would like to say to somebody that is watching right now and saying that I'm considering coming to Canada to come and study at this point in time, given the fact that things has changed now, do you understand? And the fact that the adjustment that we will need to make as a student will be really, really different. What would you say to that person that is watching us right now?
Okay, I would say number one thing I would say is now, because of the pandemic, there are lesser jobs out there. That's just the truth. So my own advice is, if you have a financial plan, I will tell you to increase that plan, because things might not actually turn out like like a factor of safety. So things might not turn out as you actually expected. Actually, jobs are actually on the low right now. That's just the truth. So basically, increase your financial budget, be more prepared for the tax, especially this is a pandemic world that we are in right now. So be more prepared for the tax ahead. it's tough actually. It's tough. That's just it. It's tough. So financially, just be more prepared. I mean, for me, I understand that we have. I mean, Nigerians, the resilience is there, and we always adapt. So just be more prepared financially, be more prepared physically, and mentally actually. So be more prepared before coming. Just be prepared.
Okay, just be prepared is the word from
exactly.
real one. You wanted to add something else again?
I would just say make more contacts here, exactly. So
Okay.
so that you have different options, you don't get stranded. So make more contacts before coming as well.
Okay.
I mean, anything could happen. Make more contacts, know more people. If you know one person in Canada, try to know one more person.
So again, maybe I should wrap up with this and say, how easy or what would you say is the better choice, relating with international students or relating with Canadians alike, or having both Canadians as friend and having international people as friend, or your people from, or your countrymen, like I used to call them?
Well, I like that question. So what I would say is that what I would advise you is that number one, the first set of people you need here is the international students.
Okay.
Those are the set of, because those are the people that when you get here, they went through the same kind of experience that you start to go through.
Okay.
So those are the kind of, just when you get here, try to join the international student group, mingle with them, meet a lot of them.
Okay.
Then once you get settled down, based on the advice they will give to you. Another thing you could do when you settle down here is talk to people in your department.
Okay.
That's the locals in your department. So the more information you get from the international students, you'll be able to get all that information. Like for instance, you're looking for accommodation. Someone working in your department could have a house that he lets out to students in his basement or something, and it's given at a cheaper rate.
Okay.
So you could get from that. Exactly. So no, but the most important thing is that once you get here, talk to international students, because those are the people you understand for the first time being. I mean, for like the first few weeks before you understand the nuances of the locals and all that. So then you can get close to the locals, mingle with them, go out with them, go for a drink, coffee, something. And along the line, I would just say it's more of have as much international friends as much as local friends.
Okay, good. So finally, before we go, what would you say is the big takeaway for you from MTME that you studied? Was there an addition to you as a person and as a student after completing your education and after completing the Masters in Technology Management and Entrepreneurship?
So coming from an engineering background, so I've not really done stuffs in management like that, and especially in a new environment like Canada. So it's my first time to study abroad. So I would say it actually added a lot of things to my personal development as a person. For instance, like I said, time management. My time management has actually improved. So I would say that's one of the number one thing I've gained from MTME. And number two is also being able to like express your feelings to people, like communicate better, talk to people, because those are one of the things I was actually, especially for my program. You have to talk. They need to know what you are going through. If you're on a project, they need to know what's the problem. No matter how little the problem is, just talk to someone and you get it fixed. Like I mean, career-wise, I've met a lot of people. In my career, I've met a lot of mentors that are actually shaping the way I do that, shaping the way I think and work. So basically I have like two mentors right now that's even post school, they are still like
talking to
me and guiding me. So it's a great development. It's a great opportunity to study in Canada, honestly, and you would grow. That's just the thing, you would grow. And you will be more, useful in your life, basically. So,
All right, no problem. So thank you very much for having or for spending this time with us and sharing your experiences with us too as well. I hope that next time that we'll call you, you'll be ready to answer some of these questions that my people have for you too as well.
okay, no problem. For sure, any question you have, put it on the comment box. I would be willing to answer it. Just be free.
Okay. All right, no problem. So, guys, this is where we'll be drawing the curtain for today. But if you have any question, just like my guy really once said, you should drop them in the comment section. I will try as much as possible to get him available on every comment. Any questions that you ask, is going to be answering them too. And before you go, please like and subscribe to this channel before you go. This is how I can keep up and keep giving you all the information that you really need that are going to be helpful to you. And I hope that you really enjoyed today. And if you have any comment at all, just drop them in the comment section. And until next time that I see you again, I still remain your host, Pascal, aka Pascali, that you already know. So take care of yourself. Bye.